All right, today we are diving into something truly epic. It's one of the toughest, most grueling challenges in all of sports, but also maybe one of the most rewarding. We're talking about ultracycling, a sport that will push you way beyond what you thought was possible. So let me just ask you this, straight up. Could you get on a bike and ride for 1,500 kilometers? And I don't mean over a few weeks. I mean in one go, one single continuous push where the clock never ever stops. Just let that sink in for a second. Because whatever you're imagining right now, yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the world we're about to explore. It's a place of absolutely stunning landscapes, incredible solitude, and a level of personal achievement that's just off the charts. So let's jump in.
Okay, so what is this thing really? Let's get down to it and figure out what separates a really long Sunday ride from the world of ultracycling.
So, on paper, the official definition is pretty simple. It's any ride longer than 160 kilometers. But here's the real kicker. The clock is always running. This isn't like the Tour de France with different stages and rest days. Nope. The second you start, time becomes your biggest competitor, and it doesn't stop until you cross that finish line, whether that takes you a few hours or, more likely, a few days. To really get a feel for that scale, let's look at a real-world example right here in Indonesia. The Bentang Java Race. It's a mind-boggling 1,500 kilometers long. That's basically like riding your bike from one end of Java to the other, and then some. And just when you think the distance is insane enough, get this. Over those 1,500 kilometers, the riders have to climb a total of 17,000 meters. To put that in perspective, that is like climbing Mount Everest from sea level nearly 2 times over. It is an absolutely brutal test of endurance. Now, you might be thinking, this is some kind of new extreme trend, right? Well, not at all. Ultracycling has some seriously deep roots. The first huge race, Paris-Brest-Paris, happened way back in 1891. Then, the race across America really brought it into the modern era in the 70s. And today, it's a global phenomenon. It just goes to show you, our desire to see how far we can push ourselves is truly timeless. So this brings us to the big million-dollar question. Why? I mean, what on earth drives a person to willingly sign up for sleepless nights, extreme fatigue, and just a whole lot of pain? What's the real prize at the end? I think this quote just nails it. The suffering along the way is a price worth paying to feel freedom and eternal achievement. See, it's not about winning in spite of the suffering, it's almost because of it. Pushing through that struggle fundamentally changes you. The prize isn't just a medal. It's a permanent shift in how you view yourself and what you're capable of. It's a genuine transformation. And yeah, if you talk to any ultracyclist, you'll hear these same themes over and over. It's about finding out where your real limits are. It's about seeing the world in a way no tourist ever could. And it's about creating a story, a personal legacy that you'll carry with you for the rest of your life. Okay, so let's say you're inspired, you're hooked. But how do you actually get there? You can't just hop on a bike and go. It's all about methodically building your body and your mind into a true endurance engine. Let's look at how it's done. This little table shows the most important principle in all of endurance training. It's called progressive overload. And all that really means is you gradually ask your body to do a little bit more and it adapts and gets stronger. You don't start by trying to ride 500 kilometers. No way. You start here in week 1 with easy, consistent rides to build a foundation. Then by week 5, you're shifting focus, building power with things like hill climbs and intervals. It's a slow, smart, and steady buildup. But look, the physical training, that's only half the game. I promise you, your brain will want to quit long before your body actually needs to. The secret is managing that mental battle. You don't think about the full 1,000 kilometers. You break it down into tiny 50-kilometer chunks. You use music, you lean on your friends. You have to train your mind with the same discipline you train your legs. All right, so your engine is all tuned up. Now you have to give it the right fuel. In ultracycling, nutrition isn't just important, it is everything. You get this part wrong, and I don't care how trained you are, your race is over. So here's a classic rookie mistake. The amateur thinks, oh man, I'm about to ride for days, I better stuff myself with a huge breakfast. But in reality, all that does is make you feel bloated and sluggish. The pro's strategy is totally different. A light, easy-to-digest meal an hour or 2 before you start. Why? Because you've already stored up all the energy you need in the days leading up to the race. The whole game is consistency. It's about having a plan, a little bit of fuel before you go, and then like clockwork, you keep feeding your body during the ride. All the science points to about 60 grams of carbs per hour. That's the sweet spot to keep your energy levels stable. And just as critical, the moment you finish, you have to start the recovery process right away.
And you absolutely cannot talk about fuel without talking about hydration. Dehydration will shut your body down faster than almost anything else. When you sweat, you're not just losing water, you're losing critical minerals called electrolytes. They're what keep your muscles from cramping up. And hey, here's an amazing pro tip. A simple, cheap oral rehydration salt sachet can turn regular water into a super effective electrolyte drink. It's a game changer.
So we've talked about the what, the why, and the how. Now let's pull it all together and figure out how to turn this epic idea into an actual achievable goal. First things first, your gear has to be absolutely perfect. Your bike is more than just a piece of equipment out there. It's your lifeline. You have to be able to trust it completely. So doing a simple check of your brakes, your chain, your tires, this stuff is completely non-negotiable. It's about safety, and it's about not having a preventable problem hundreds of kilometers from anywhere. And check this out. This shows just how possible this all is. These aren't just ideas. They're real events you can actually sign up for. And pay attention to that last one, the West Java Journey. It even has a 200-kilometer non-competitive option. It is the perfect gateway for anyone who wants to experience the challenge without the pressure of a race. There really is a distance for everyone. So that road, the one that looked so massive and intimidating at the beginning, it probably looks a little different now, right? Now it kind of looks like an invitation. It's a path to discovering something incredible about the world and, more importantly, something incredible about yourself. So, after all that, there's really only one question left to ask. And look, it doesn't have to be signing up for a 1,500-kilometer race tomorrow. Maybe it's just planning your first ever 100-kilometer ride. Whatever it is for you,